Good morning. Today I will tell you about the renal physiology and GFR, that is the glomerular filtration rate. In the last class, we studied about the renal system, especially we studied about the anatomy and physiology of the kidney and nephron. And today we will talk about the how urine will be formed, what is the urine formation process, how the filtration occurred in the nephron, and what will be the filtration rate and how it affected. So let's start our lecture with the objectives and the learning outcome of the today topic. The objective is the students will be able to define the organization and function of the urinary system. You'll be able to define the effect of ADH. You'll be able to list the receptor and hormone involved in urinary system. You would be able to list the different electrolyte and acid base balance in the human body, as well as you can explain the different disorder of the urinary system. By learning this topic, you would be able to understand the neural and hormonal regulation of the urinary system, how the filtration is occurred in the nephron, and that will how it work. You can understand. You can describe a different brain activity that control that involve in the urinary system, the different dysfunction of the kidney that occurs in the urinary system, and how their management can be taken. So these will be all things will be learned today in class. Now let's start the classes. The renal physiology. To produce urine, nephron and collecting ducts perform three basic processes. If you remember in the last classes when we studied about the anatomy of nephron, we studied that the blood will come from the afferent artery and filtration is processed in the renal corpuscles, and then filtered is going into the renal tubules. So to produce the urine, nephron and collecting ducts perform three basic processes, and these three processes are the glomerular filtration, the one which occurred in the glomerulus, tubular reabsorption, and tubular secretion. These two which occurred in the renal tubule. So these three are the process by which the urine will be produced: filtration, absorption, secretion. You can say the glomerular filtration, tubular reabsorption, and tubular secretion. Glomerular filtration, how we can define it? In the first step of the urine production, water and most solute in blood plasma move across the wall of the glomerular capillaries into the glomerular capsule and then into the renal tubules. If you remember the structure of the Bowman's capsule, the U-shaped structure, and when the first time the blood plasma will be filtered through this glomerular capillaries into the glomerular capsule and then into the renal tubules. So renal afferent artery will carry the blood, and these blood is going into the glomerular capillaries, that is in the Bowman capsule, and then there is a filtration will start. Now, when the filtration will start, the filtrate will come into the Bowman's capsule and then come to the renal tubules like the then PCT area, then loop of Henle, then DCT. These are the renal tubules. Okay, so these are going to fluid. Tubular reabsorptions की बात करें, as filtered fluid flow along the renal tubule, जैसे जैसे filtered fluids जो है वो renal tubules में flow करेगा through the collecting ducts, tubule cell reabsorb about 99% of the filtered water. जो tubule cells है वो क्या करती हैं, वो 99% of the filtered water is reabsorbed, and many of the solutes, the water and solutes return to the blood as it flows through the peritubular capillaries and vasa recta. And note that the term reabsorption refer to the term returns of substances. You know, this term is called the tubular reabsorption. Why it is called the reabsorption? Because it is gonna do second time absorption here. Why? Because the same things, same nutrition, same ions is already absorbed from the GIT to the blood. GIT से जो हमारे गैस्ट्रोइंटेस्टाइनल ट्रैक्ट है उससे पहले ये ब्लड में absorb हो चुके हैं. Then the blood is carried these things to the kidney and kidney is filtered. और filtered होने के बाद अगर ये निकल जाएंगे, अगर को बाहर निकाल दिया गया as a waste product, so you can know these are the essential constituents can be there, and that is a harm thing for the body. That is not a fruitful. So these again, the 99% of water and some solutes are again reabsorbed from renal tubule to the blood. एक बार तो ऑलरेडी हो चुके हैं जीआईटी से ब्लड में, अब ट्यूब्यूल से फिर वापस ब्लड में आ रहे हैं. सो दैट इज कॉल्ड द ट्यूबुलर रीअब्जॉर्प्शन. And the many of new substance entry into the body as occurs as the GIT. We already discussed all this point. Third is the tubular secretion. As fluid flow along the renal tubules and through the collecting duct, the tubule and duct cells secrete the other materials such as the waste, drugs, excess ions into the fluid. Notice that tubular secretion remove a substance from the blood. Tubular जो secretion होगा तो वो क्या करते हैं, removes a substance from the blood. In other instances of secretion, for instance, secretion of hormones, cells release substances into the interstitial fluid and blood. So tubular reabsorption हमने देखा. Tubular secretion means these peritubular capillaries, as you can see, the blood vessels just outside of the renal tubule is going to secrete the waste material from the blood capillaries to the tubules. Okay. So the solutes in the fluid that drain into the renal pelvic remain in the urine and are excreted. The rate of unique secretion of any solute is equal to the rate of glomerular filtration plus its rate of secretion minus its rate of reabsorption. चलिए मैं आपको फिर से समझाता हूँ how it work. You have seen a garbage truck and dump the refuse into a hopper, where the smaller refuse passes into a conveyor. That means when the persons the wandering in your street and picking up the garbage and goes to the garbage center and all the garbage materials are dumped into the hopper, where a conveyor belt is there on which this garbage is along gonna to powered, and the workers will remove the useful items like the aluminum cans, plastic, glass container. They are separating. Okay. Other workers additional garbage left at the center and larger items into the conveyor belt secretion. So these are the types. Like जैसे कि एक जो garbage truck होती है, when these garbage trucks dump the diffuse materials, dump the garbage substances into a conveyor belt. Okay. एक कन्वेयर बेल्ट होता है जो हमेशा लगातार चलती रहती है, इसके ऊपर सारा पावर कर दिया, तो ये क्या हो गया, एक तरह से फिल्ट्रेशन वाला प्रोसेस हो गया, सबको डाल दिया गया ऊपर. ठीक है. डालने के बाद कन्वेयर बेल्ट क्या होता है, गार्बेज को लेकर से मूव कर रहा होता है. अब उसके दोनों तरफ ढेर सारे वर्कर्स लगे रहते हैं जो क्या करते हैं, कोई प्लास्टिक की बोतल, उस गार्बेज जो कन्वेयर है उसमें कोई प्लास्टिक की बोतल है उसे उठा लिया, किसी का काम है ग्लास की बोतल्स को उठाना, किसी का काम है एल्युमिनियम कैंस को उठाना, ओके, किसी काम है रबर्स को उठाना. तो दे आर पिकिंग द मटेरियल, ओके, द यूजफुल मटेरियल, दैट इज कॉल्ड द रीअब्जॉर्प्शन. वो क्या कर रहे हैं, उसमें से जो मटेरियल्स इंपॉर्टेंट हैं, जो मटेरियल उनके यूज में है गार्बेज में से, वो उसमें से क्या करते हैं, उसे इकट्ठा कर लेते हैं. सो डी आर द reabsorption process. While if some materials are not useful and the waste, then these workers have put the material into the conveyor. That is called the secretion. So ये कैसे काम कर रहे हैं, ग्लोमेरुलर फिल्ट्रेशन, रीअब्जॉर्प्शन, सिक्रेशन कैसे काम कर रहा है. When the blood come through the afferent into the blood capillaries, you can see the glomerular capillaries, then filtration will start, which is called the filtration. Now the fluid flowed into the renal tubules, और जो उसमें बिकॉज फिल्टर किस समय हो सकता है, कुछ न्यूट्रिएंट्स फिल्टर हो गए हों, कुछ इंपॉर्टेंट्स आयंस फिल्टर हो गए हों, शुगर या पोटेशियम या सोडियम, ये चीज़ें फिल्टर हुई हों जो बॉडी के लिए इंपॉर्टेंट है, तो उसे वापस लेना है। तो 99% तो वाटर तो लेना ही है, साथ में सॉल्यूट्स जो फिल्टर हो गए हैं गलती से उन्हें भी वापस ले लेना है। तो दैट इज द रीअब्जॉर्प्शन। उसके बाद ब्लड में कुछ ऐसे वेस्ट मटेरियल्स, वेस्ट प्रोडक्ट होते हैं, जैसे ब्लड ब्रेक होते हैं, तो उनका बाई प्रोडक्ट्स होता है, बिलीरुबिन्स हो गए या व्हाट एवर इज द यूरोबिलिनोजेन हो गए। तो दीज आर दी वेस्ट प्रोडक्ट्स। अगर हम ड्रग लेते हैं तो उसके कुछ ड्रग वेस्ट और मेटाबोलाइट्स होते हैं। सो दीज आर दी वेस्ट प्रोडक्ट प्रेजेंट इन द ब्लड। सो ब्लड क्या करता है, इन वेस्ट प्रोडक्ट को सिक्रीट करता है, टिब्यूल्स में पकड़ देता है। सो बाय विच these are going to excreted through the urine. So that will be called the, you can say here, nephron structure to its three basic function: glomerular filtration, renal tubular absorption, and tubular secretion. You can see the afferent arteriole which carry the bloods inside the glomerular capsule. Now serial number one, that is the filtration will be there. Then the filtered fluids will come into the renal tubule, and then reabsorption will be there. That means the fluids will be reabsorbed into the blood vessels, peritubular capillaries, and then peritubular capillaries, which contains the uh, absorption substances, might have been some waste products. So these are waste products. Is वापस that means again power into the renal tubules. Now we have seen the filtration. We have seen the glomerular, but what is a glomerular filtration? So the fluid that enters the capsular space is called the glomerular filtrate. ठीक है? Capsular space means women's capsules में fluids filter हो रहे हैं, पहुंच रहे हैं, which we call the glomerular filtrate. The fraction of blood plasma in the afferent arteriole of the kidney that become glomerular filtrate is the filtration fraction. The fraction of the blood plasma. A fraction, a very little amount, very small amount of the blood plasma in the afferent arteriole of the kidney that becomes the glomerular filtrate. जो कि ग्लोमेरुलर फिल्ट्रेट बनेगा, उसको क्या बोलते हैं, फिल्ट्रेशन फ्रैक्शन देते हैं। मींस दोज ब्लड्स दैट आर रेडी टू फिल्टर, दोज ब्लड दैट आर गोइंग टू फिल्टर, that small amount of blood is called the filtration fractions. Now glomerular filtration depend on the three main pressure. One pressure promote the filtration and two pressure are opposing the pressures. So glomerular filtration depend upon the three main pressure. तीन डिफरेंट प्रेशर है जिस पे ग्लोमेरुलर फिल्ट्रेशन डिपेंड्स होते हैं। वन प्रेशर promote the filtration, two pressure oppose the filtration. We have to understand what is the glomerular filtration, what is the glomerular filtrate, and what is the filtrate fraction. Okay, so the fluids after the filtration that will come into the capsular space, that is called the filtrate, and the fluid that are ready to filter present in the afferent arterioles, that will the filtration fraction. And these all the things will be depend upon the three pressure: one pressure promoting and two pressure opposing. फर्स्ट वन इज द ग्लोमेरुलर ब्लड हाइड्रोस्टैटिक प्रेशर। अब तीन तरह के प्रेशर की हम बात कर रहे हैं। सो सबसे पहला प्रेशर कौन सा है, ग्लोमेरुलर ब्लड हाइड्रोस्टैटिक प्रेशर। ग्लोमेरुलर ब्लड हाइड्रोस्टैटिक प्रेशर इज द ब्लड प्रेशर इन ग्लोमेरुलर कैपिलरीज। सो जो ग्लोमेरुलर कैपिलरीज में जो प्रेशर है दैट विल बी जीबीएचपी, और इट अप्रॉक्सीमेट 55 mmHg के होते हैं, and it promotes the filtration by forcing the water and solid in blood plasma through the filtration membrane. So the pressure present in GPHP, that means glomerular capillary जो pressure होते हैं, उसको बोलते हैं ग्लोमेरुलर ब्लड हाइड्रोस्टैटिक प्रेशर, जो 55 mmHg का लगता है। और ये प्रेशर क्या करता है, ये प्रेशर हेल्प करता है फिल्ट्रेशन में, बाय फोर्सिंग द वाटर एंड सॉल्यूट इन द ब्लड प्लाज्मा थ्रू द फिल्ट्रेशन मेम्ब्रेन. So that is the promoting pressure. Now second pressure is the capsular hydrostatic pressure. These pressure against the filtration membrane by fluid already in the capsular space, because when the filtration start there's a some filter are accumulated in the capsules, Bowman's capsules. So that will produce the hydrostatic pressure. So the when the filter will start and the fluid is going into the renal tubules, these fluids are opposing the pressure. These fluids are opposing the pressure, back pressure. So that will represents a back pressure of about 15 mmHg. So capsular hydrostatic pressure is the you can say hydrostatic pressure exerted against the filtration. Hydrostatic pressure exerted against the filtration membrane by fluid already present in the capsular space. वो फ्लूइड जो ऑलरेडी कहाँ पे है, कैप्सुलर स्पेस में प्रेजेंट है, उस फ्लूइड के कारण जो अपोजिंग प्रेशर लग रहा है, दैट विल बी द कैप्सुलर हाइड्रोस्टैटिक प्रेशर. और ये कितना होता है, ये 15 mmHg का होता है. तीसरा है ब्लड कोलाइडल ऑस्मोटिक प्रेशर. ओके, like when the we know when the fluid is there, these fluid will contain some solid particles like the proteins, plasma proteins. So due to the presence of these protein like the albumin, globulin, fibrinogen, blood plasma, they also opposes the filtration. So the average blood collateral osmotic pressure is a 30 mmHg. Now देखिए, these pressure are helping in the filtration. सबसे पहला जो प्रेशर था, जो था ग्लोमेरुलर ब्लड हाइड्रोस्टैटिक प्रेशर, जो कि 55 mmHg का प्रेशर लगा रहा है फॉर द फिल्ट्रेशन. फिल्ट्रेशन के लिए कितना लग रहा है, 55 mmHg का. दो प्रेशर हैं, एक कैप्सुलर हाइड्रोस्टैटिक प्रेशर, वो फ्लूइड्स जो ऑलरेडी कैप्सूल्स में प्रेजेंट हैं और जो अपोज कर रहे हैं फिल्ट्रेशन को. दूसरा, जो फ्लूइड्स में प्लाज्मा प्रोटीन्स है वो अपोज कर रहे हैं. तो अपोजिंग प्रेशर कितना है, दो अपोजिंग प्रेशर है, 15 mmHg और 30 mmHg का. तो 15 प्लस 30 इक्वल टू 45. तो देखिए 45 mmHg वो है जो प्रेशर के अगेंस्ट में काम कर रहा है, फिल्ट्रेशन के अगेंस्ट में काम कर रहा है. दीज आर द 45 mmHg. और जो प्रमोटिंग है वो है 55 mmHg. तो प्रमोटिंग 55, अपोजिंग 45. तो नेट फिल्ट्रेशन प्रेशर कितना, तो प्रेशर कितना होना चाहिए, 10 mmHg. अगर माइनस करते हैं 55 माइनस 45, यू विल सी दैट 10 mmHg इज अ नेट फिल्ट्रेशन प्रेशर. तो अगर हमें नेट फिल्ट्रेशन प्रेशर पता करना है, ओके, सो नेट फिल्ट्रेशन प्रेशर इक्वल टू GBHP, glomerular blood hydrostatic pressure, minus colloidal hydrostatic pressure and blood colloidal osmotic pressure. Okay, सो कैप्सुलर हाइड्रोस्टैटिक प्रेशर और ब्लड कोलाइडल ऑस्मोटिक प्रेशर, इन दोनों को प्लस करके माइनस कर देना है GVHP से, तो 10 mmHg बचेगा. सो द प्रेशर ओनली 10 mmHg causes a normal amount of blood plasma to filter from the glomerular into the capsular space. सिर्फ 10 mmHg का ही प्रेशर लगता है जो कि प्रॉपर फिल्ट्रेशन में हेल्प करते हैं. यू कैन सी the first one that will present in the afferent arteriole, glomerular blood hydrostatic pressure, GBHP, glomerular blood hydrostatic pressure. Second, capsular hydrostatic pressure, the fluids present in the capsule who are opposing the filtration, 15 mg. And third, blood collateral osmotic pressure, the blood proteins, yeah, plasma proteins present in the fluids. So net filtration pressure is at 10 mmHg. Okay. Now the amount of filtrate formed in the renal corpuscles of both kidney. Amount of filtrate formed in the renal corpuscles of the both kidney each minute is called the glomerular filtration rate. GFR क्या होता है? दोनों किडनी द्वारा एक मिनट में फिल्टर किया हुआ जो फिल्ट्रेट है जो रीनल कॉर्पसल्स में प्रेजेंट है, that is called the glomerular filtration rate. That means कितने रेट से, in how much speed the glomerular are working. So you can see from the both kidney in 1 minute how much fluids are filtered into the renal corpuscles, that is called the GFR. इन एडल्ट्स की बात करें बड़ों में ये 125 ml पर मिनट होता है और मेल्स में, और फीमेल में 105 ml पर मिनट. सो मेल में 125 ml पर मिनट और फीमेल में 105 ml per minute. If the GFR is too high, the renal substance may pass so quickly through the renal tubules that some are not reabsorbed and are lost in the urine. Now there's a problem if the GFR is too high or if the GFR is too low. GFR should be constant. GFR should be at a substant. You can say at a normal, at a constant rate. तो जो GFR है, जो ग्लोमेरुलर फिल्ट्रेशन रेट है, we have seen there is a 10 नेट फिल्ट्रेशन प्रेशर इज 10 mmHg का लग रहा है जो फिल्ट्रेशन में हेल्प कर रहा है. इफ GFR इज टू हाई, अगर हम प्रेशर को बढ़ाएं तो GFR बढ़ जाएगा. सॉरी, और प्रेशर को कम कर तो GFR कम हो जाएगा. अगर GFR को बढ़ा दिया गया तो क्या हो सकता है? इफ द GFR is too high, then the filtration is increased, and definitely with filtration with pressure, lots of the solute, those solutes who are needed for the body, those solutes who are required, who are important for the body, will also be passed, and these will cannot be reabsorbed. These cannot be reabsorbed and lost in the urine. और if the GFR is too low, अगर GFR को बहुत slow कर दें, so what will happen? If the GFR is too low, the fluid will take much more time in the renal tubules, and all the things will be reabsorbed. Even the waste products can be reabsorbed, and it will be not adequate to be excreted. अगर एक पाइप में पानी है, लंबे समय तक के लिए छोड़ दें तो धीरे धीरे एब्जॉर्ब होता चला जाएगा. ठीक वैसे यहाँ पे एब्जॉर्प्शन हो रहा है. अगर पाइप के अंदर पानी स्पीड में निकल रहा है तो एब्जॉर्ब तो होंगे, लेकिन एब्जॉर्ब होते समय जो एब्जॉर्ब हो गया वो हो गया, अदरवाइज बाकी निकल जाएंगे क्योंकि पानी स्पीड में जा रहा है, फ्लो में है, स्पीड्स में है. ओके, सिमिलरली हियर if we increase the GFR rate is too high, अगर GFR को हमने बहुत ज़्यादा बढ़ा दिया है, स्पीड बढ़ गया, रेट बढ़ गई, तो सब्सटेंस तो फिल्टर्ड होंगे ही होंगे, रीअब्जॉर्प्शंस भी नहीं होगा और वो पास हो जाएंगे यूरिन में. और बहुत स्लो कर दिया तो जिनको यूरिन में पास होना होगा वो भी नहीं होंगे और वो रीअब्सॉर्ब हो जाएंगे. सो दीस आर द प्रॉब्लम इफ यू आर इंक्रीजिंग और डिक्रीजिंग द GFR. So GFR is directly related to the pressure that determine the net filtration pressure. Any changes in net filtration pressure will affect the GFR. You can understand. Severe blood loss, for example, reduce the mean arterial blood pressure and decrease the glomerular blood hydrostatic pressure. जो सीवियर ब्लड लॉस होता है वो आर्टेरियल ब्लड प्रेशर को कम कर देता है एंड डिक्रीज द ग्लोमेरुलर ब्लड हाइड्रोस्टैटिक प्रेशर, GVHP को कम कर देगा. So filtration ceases if glomerular blood hydrostatic pressure drops to 55 mmHg. Opposing pressure कितना लग रहा है? Opposing pressure is the 45 mmHg. जो opposing pressure है वो 45 mmHg है और जो promoting pressure है वो 55 mmHg है. Okay, so if the promoting pressure is decreased by these action, by the blood loss, by the trauma, by the injury, and reaches to the 45 mmHg, so what will happen in both cases? Okay, in both cases the net filtration pressure will be 0. जो अपोजिंग प्रेशर है, जो प्रमोटिंग प्रेशर है, जब वो दोनों 45 हो जाएंगे तो नेट फिल्ट्रेशन प्रेशर 0 हो जाएगा और जीएफ और किडनी फिल्टर करना बंद कर देगा. That is the thing. So the main mechanism that regulate the GFR in too many ways: by adjusting the blood flow into and out of the glomerulus, by altering the if we adjusting the blood flow, अगर हम blood flow को तेज कर दें, GFR को बढ़ा सकते हैं. यदि हम ग्लोमेरुलर कैपिलरीज की सरफेस एरिया को बड़ा कर दें तो फिल्ट्रेशन रेट बढ़ जाएगा. So GFR increase when blood flow in the glomerular capillary increases, or the diameter of these arterioles can regulate the flow. Constriction of the afferent arteriole decrease the blood flow. Dilation of afferent arteriole increase the blood flow. Okay. So these are the things, and the three mechanisms control the GFR, like the renal autoregulation, renal neuroregulation, and the hormonal regulation. Tubular reabsorption and tubular secretion की बात करें अगर हम, the volume of fluid entering the proximal columnar tubule in just half an hour is greater than the total blood plasma volume because the normal rate of glomerular filtration is so high. Obviously, some of the fluid must be returned somehow to the bloodstream. Reabsorption, the return the most of the filtered water and the many of the filtered solutes to the bloodstream, is the second basic function of nephron and collecting duct. Normally, about 99% of the filtered was reabsorbed, while the renal peritubular capillaries are secreted the substance into the renal tubules. You can see this image, afferent arteriole is there, glomerular capillaries, efferent arteriole, glomerular capsule, rest of the renal tubules containing a filtrate, peritubular capillaries, and these are the glomerular filtration. First one, the glomerular filtration, second is the tubular reabsorption, and third one is the tubular secretion. Now, in the tubular reabsorption, movement by the transcellular route involves, like the first one, you can see the serial number 1, transport across the luminal membrane is possible, transport across the basolateral membrane. Second one, you can see diffusion through the cytosol. So cytosol के थ्रू diffuse हो रहा है. सबसे पहले transport होंगे across the luminal membrane, जो इसकी luminal membrane है. Then it will go diffuse into the cytosol. Then transport across the basolateral membrane, and the movement through the interstitial fluid into the capillaries में चले जाएंगे ये. Now these are, you can see these are the proximal columnar tubules area, PCT. 65% of the filtrate volume reabsorbed. यहाँ से read out हो जाते हैं. Sodium, glucose, amino acid, other nutrients actively transported. Water and many ions flow passively. Hydrogen, NH4, that means secretion, and bicarbonate reabsorption to the maintain blood pH. Some drugs are secreted, so these are occurred at a PCT area. Glucose, lactate, amino acid, and vitamins 100% are reabsorbed through the PCT. Bicarbonate 90%, water sodium 65%, potassium 55%, chloride ions 50%. reabsorption की बात कीजिए, डिसेंडिंग लिम्ब ऑफ लूप ऑफ हेनले में, लूप ऑफ हेनले का वो एरिया जो नीचे उतर रहा है पीसीटी के बाद, डिसेंडिंग एरिया. So freely permeable to water. Water can be easily reabsorbed. Permeable होते हैं water के लिए, but not permeable for the salt. Sodium chloride के लिए नहीं होते हैं. And the filtrate become increasingly concentrated as the water leaves by the osmosis. Now you can see there's a water is leaving the tubules. So yes, the salt is going to concentrate. Then ascending loop of Henle, impermeable to water and permeable to salt. Now filtrate become the increasingly dilute as the salt is reabsorbed. Salt reabsorb हो रहे हैं तो फिर से concentration salt कम हो जाएगा और फिर ये dilute हो जाएंगे. You can see these are the counter current mechanisms which we discussed earlier. These all four things gonna to bind up here. Tubular reabsorption at the loop of Henle, so chloride 35% will reabsorb, potassium 30%, sodium and 25%, water 10%. Then at the DCT area, water 25%, chloride 10%, sodium and 10%. These are the collecting depth property. Water reabsorption through the aquaporins regulated by the ADH. Sodium reabsorption and potassium secretion regulated by the aldosterone. Hydrogen and bicarbonate reabsorption or secretion to maintain the blood pH. And the urea reabsorption increased by the ADH. Regulation by hormones. These are the four things that can regulate the whole adrenal system: ADH, antidiuretic hormone, aldosterone, atrial natriuretic peptides, and renin-angiotensin second. अगर हम यूरिन के फॉर्मेशंस की बात करें, how it will be formed: 90 to 95% water solute है, constitute the other 5%, लाइक मेटाबॉलिक वेस्ट होंगे, आयंस होंगे, टॉक्सिन्स होंगे, पिगमेंट्स होंगे, हॉर्मोन्स होंगे. सो ये 5% में सॉल्यूट्स हैं एंड 90 to 95% क्या है, वाटर है. कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स की बात करें अगर यूरिन के, तो येलो इन कलर, स्लाइटली एरोमेटिक और अमोनिया ऑर्डर है, pH इज स्लाइटली एसिडिक है, एंड द स्पेसिफिक ग्रेविटी इज द 1 to 1.0. These are the some abnormal urine constituents है, like we know in the diabetes mellitus, the glucose is increased and the condition is called the glycosuria. Similarly, the condition proteinuria or albuminuria, when the proteins are found, ketone bodies, ketonuria, hemoglobin, hemoglobinuria, bile pigments, bilirubinuria, erythrocytes, hematuria, and the leukocyte pyuria. That is helping in the urine tract infection. These are the possible causes. No substance secreted or reabsorbed in the nephron and their location. Like these are the different name of the substance, like the sodium. Sodium 65% is actively reabsorbed at the PCT, proximal communicative tubules. 25% in the loop of Fenley, 5% in the DCT, and 5% in the collecting duct. क्लोराइड की बात करें, जैसे वाटर की अगर हम बात करते हैं, तो वाटर इज 67% reabsorbed in PCT, 15% in the loop of Henle, 8% in DCT, and some other amounts in the collecting duct. So these are the substances and their reabsorption in the renal tubules. Now, urine transportation, storage, and elimination, how it can be caused. We have seen after the collecting duct, urine will be drained into the papillary duct. From papillary duct and minor calyces, from minor to major, major to renal pelvis to ureter. So from collecting duct, urine drains through the papillary duct into the minor calyces, which join to become the major calyces that unite to form the renal pelvis. From the renal pelvis, urine first drains into the ureter and then into the urinary bladder. Urine is then discharged from the body through the single urethra. So when the first time it will go to filter through the nephron, then the urine will be collected in the collecting duct, and from collecting duct it will be goes into the papillary duct. From papillary it will go to minor calyces, जहाँ पे बहुत छोटे छोटे minor calyces से मिलके फिर एक major calyces बनते दो तीन. From minor it will goes to major, from major से then pelvis में, then pelvis to the ureter, then bladder, then urethra, then pass out, then it will be excreted out. There's some disorder of the kidney system is also, like you can say the UTI. The urinary tract infection is used to describe either an infection of a part of the urinary system or the presence of large number of the microbes in the urine. UTI are more common in the females due to the shorter length of the urethra, while symptoms include the painful or burning urination, urgent and frequent urination, low back pain, bedwetting. So it will include the urethritis, cystitis, polynephritis, the inflammation of the kidney, and it will become the chronic. Scarce tissue can form the kidney and severely impair the function. And drinking cranberry juice can prevent the attachment of E. coli bacteria to the lining of the bladder so that they are more easily flushed away during the urination. Now, UTI, that is the urinary tract infection, that is mainly most often caused by the some infected bacterial or microorganism infection, and it is more common in the female because their urethral length is shorter as compared to male. So the infection chances is great, and this can causes the pain and the itching, burning urinations, urgent frequentation. You will feel to go to washroom day time to time. Pain will be there. So these are the problems. Nephritis, that is the inflammation of the kidney. Cystitis, that is the inflammation of the mucous membrane lining of the urinary bladder, and it is most commonly caused by the E. coli bacteria. And symptoms will be diarrhea, like the painful urination, and frequency will be increased. Glomerulonephritis, we already discussed glomerulonephritis, the inflammation of the glomerulus, and it is produced by the streptococcal bacteria that have recently infected the these are the parts of the body. Renal failure. Renal failure is decrease or cessation of the glomerular filtration. In acute renal failure, the kidney abrupt stop working entirely or almost entirely. The main feature of a acute renal failure is the suppression of the urine flow, usually characterized either by the oliguria or by anuria. Chronic renal failure, it is a progressive and usually irreversible decline. Acute तो reversible हो सकता है, but chronic will be persistent from a long time से kidney की problem चल रही है, so it can be irreversible. These are the symptoms of the kidney failure. वीकनेस होंगी, लिथार्जी, शॉर्टनेस ऑफ ब्रीथ होंगे, वाइड स्प्रेड इडिमा होगा, एनीमिया होगा, मेटाबॉलिक स्टोसिस होंगे, हार्ट अरिथमिया, यूरिथेमिया, लॉस ऑफ एपेटाइट, फटीग, एक्सेसिव यूरिनेशन एंड ओलिगोरिया. Now you can see here renal canaliculi, that means kidney stone. We have all heard about the things about the kidney stone. So these are the made up of the kidney, made up of the crystal of calcium phosphate and uric acid. Gradually they get larger until they block the ureters. First symptoms is the severe pain. Other symptoms nausea and vomiting, frequency, chills, fever, hematuria. Diagnosis by the symptoms ultrasound X-ray, and it can be treated by the lithotripsy. Lithotripsy, you can say it's surgical procedure to remove the kidney stone that will shock wave hit the brain stone into the break them, and then these are the surgical operation. These are the surgical procedure. Another thing, we have the hemodialysis used for the kidney failure person, involve the process of the blood through the device which is the semipermeable membrane. It work as an artificial kidney, and it is a substitute of the kidney, and the blood from the patient will flow through the machine and is filtered and can be done at the home or in a clinic. It will take 2 to 4 hours, 2 to 3 times a week. Kidney transplant की बात की जाए, it is a last option as a last resort, involves donor organ from someone with a similar immune system, but the main problem is the rejection will be there. These are some definition, like the urinalysis means bedwetting, glycosuria means sugar in the urine, and nocturia means frequent urination at night, and polyuria means large amount of urine. Pyuria means push in urine, anuria, no urine produced, hematuria, blood in urine, and diuretic, drugs or substance to increase the urine production. Now these are the quiz. Question number one. Which one of the following is not produced by the kidney? ऐसा कौन सा है जो किडनी से प्रोड्यूस नहीं होते हैं? Aldosterone, renin, erythropoietin, or calcitriol? So yes, aldosterone is there. So yes, answer A is correct. What is the collective term applied to the proximal and distal cannulary tubules and the loop of Henle? That is the nephron loop and the glomerular capsule. So, what is the collective term applied to the proximal and distal cannulary tubules? कौन सा collective term है जो अप्लाई किया जाता है पीसीटी और डीसीटी के लिए, लूप ऑफ हेनले के लिए एंड द ग्लोमेरुलर कैप्सूल्स के लिए? Renal corpuscles, renal tubule, nephron, or renal capsule. So we know it is a renal tubules. So answer B is correct because all nephron is divided into two parts: renal corpuscles and renal tubule. Renal corpuscles will contains the glomerular and Bowman capsule, while renal tubules will contain the PCT, DCT, loop of Henle. Which list of the structure is presented in the correct order in which urine passes through them on the way to the bladder? इसमें से कौन सा अ, सही है? करेक्ट ऑर्डर है यूरेटर, सबसे पहले यूरेटर में आएगा, फिर माइनर, तो गलत हो गया, यूरेटर में तो लास्ट में आते हैं, रीनल पेल्विस, फिर मेजर कैलिसिस, ये भी गलत हो गया, पेपिलाइज करेक्ट, पेपिलाइज देन माइनर कैलिसिस देन मेजर कैलिसिस देन रीनल पेल्विस एंड देन यूरेटर. सो आंसर सी इज करेक्ट. When systemic blood pressure increases, how does the kidney respond to the maintain the glomerular filtration rate? When systemic blood pressure increase, जब systemic blood pressure बढ़ जाता है, how does the kidney respond to maintain glomerular filtration rate? How is it possible? जब systemic blood pressure बढ़ता है, तो ग्लोमेरुलर, तो किडनी कैसा रिस्पॉन्स देता है टू मेंटेन द जीएफआर के लिए? The afferent arterial constrict, the afferent arterial dilate, the efferent arterial constrict, the efferent arterial dilates. So when the systemic blood pressure is going to increase is, then the afferent arterial will be constrict. So answer D is correct. What may correctly be said to the juxtaglomerular apparatus? The juxtaglomerular cells are the chemoreceptors, the granular cells are chemoreceptor, the macula densa cell are the chemoreceptor, the macula densa are a mechanoreceptor. So answer C is correct. The macula densa cells are the chemoreceptors. What part of the nephron perform the majority of the reabsorption of materials from the filtrate? What part of the nephron perform the majority of the reabsorptions? कौन सा nephron का part है जो majority of reabsorption को perform करता है? A. Bowman capsule and the glomerulus. B. Loop of Henle. C. Distal convoluted tubule and connecting duct. D. Proximal convoluted PCT. So yes, answer D. The PCT is correct. So PCT is the part of the nephron that perform the majority of the reabsorption of the material from the filtrate because it is a proximal area. What is the effect on the kidney caused by the increasing the release of ADH? What is the effect on kidney caused by increasing the release of ADH? The collecting duct become more permeable to water? Yes, the collecting duct will become to more permeable to water, so the most maximum water can be goes. Another question: what is the name of the tube that connect the bladder to the kidney? Name of tube, ट्यूब का नाम बताना है that will connect the bladder to the kidney, जो bladder से kidney को connect कर रही है. Tubule होंगे, ureter होंगे, urethra होंगे, collecting duct. We know the ureter that will connect the kidney to the urinary bladder. So yes, answer B is correct. Ureter. Another question: which of the following may be said of the renal medulla? Which of the following may be said of the renal medulla? It is the most superficial part of the kidney. Is medulla? No. It contains all of the glomeruli? No. It produces adrenaline, non-adrenaline? No. It contains the pyramid and columns? Yes. Medulla will contains the pyramids and column. So answer D is correct. Last question. In which part of the nephron does most of the reabsorption of water and solute occur? कौन से पार्ट्स में ज़्यादा होता है? कलेक्टिंग डक्ट में, लूप ऑफ हेनले में, वासा रेक्टा में, and PCT. So yes, answer D, the PCT will be correct answer. So maximum absorption will be passed into the PCT area. Okay. Now today class is over. So let me recap one thing. Uh, we started the things about the renal physiology. That means the first thing, the renal physiology, you can divide into three parts. Glomerular filtration is the first thing, जिसमें blood का ग्लोमेरुलस कैपिलरीज में जाना और वहां से फिल्टर होना। दूसरा है ट्यूबुलर रीअब्जॉर्प्शन। जब जब फिल्टर्ड फ्लूइड्स ट्यूब्यूल्स में आते हैं, देन द पेरीट्यूबुलर कैपिलरीज जो होती हैं, जो वो कैपिलरीज जो रीनल ट्यूब्यूल्स को चारों तरफ से लिपटी हुई होती हैं, वो क्या करती हैं, उसमें से रीनल ट्यूब्यूल में से वाटर्स को और इंपॉर्टेंट आयंस को, कंस्टिट्यूएंट्स को, न्यूट्रिएंट्स को रीअब्जॉर्ब कर लेती हैं। और तीसरा है सिक्रेशन। और पेरिट्यूबुलर कैपिलरीज में कुछ ऐसे वेस्ट मटेरियल हैं जिनका यूज नहीं है, जो हार्मफुल हैं, जो यूजलेस हैं, उनको ये सिक्रेट कर देती है रीनल ट्यूब्यूल्स में। So that is the three parts of the renal physiology: glomerular filtration, tubular reabsorption, and tubular secretion. Then we have seen the different three type of the pressure: GBHP, the glomerulus blood hydrostatic pressure, जो 55 mmHg जो प्रमोटिंग प्रेशर लग रहा था, दो अपोजिंग प्रेशर लग रहा था इसके अगेंस्ट में, जिसमें से एक आपका कैप्सुलर हाइड्रोस्टैटिक प्रेशर था और एक ब्लड कोलाइडल ऑस्मोटिक प्रेशर था 15 and 30 mmHg. So these are two opposing pressure and one promoting pressure. So net filtration pressure was 10 mmHg, और यही 10 mmHg का जो प्रेशर है ये हेल्प करता है फिल्ट्रेशन में, जिसके कारण हमारी किडनी कंटिन्यू हमारा फिल्टर करती रहती है। और जब ये फिल्ट्रेशन अगर जीरो हो जाएगा तो कोई प्रेशर दबाव नहीं पड़ रहा है ग्लोमेरुलर कैपिलरीज पे, तो फिल्ट्रेशन रुक जाएगा। ओके, एंड देन आफ्टर यू कैन सी we have seen how the urine formation will be there, and then different type of disorder is there in the kidney. And now these are the list of the reference. You can go through these books, and you can collect the more information from them. Then we will meet again in the next class with some new and interesting topic. Till then, thank you.